got a whole crypto platform that is just starting to expand around the world. And through the way the crypto is set up, all you got to take is all your people that you got on your mailing list and your membership list, Kurt, and just send them an invite, and they get a free is it $7, Peter, or
Yeah,
$6?
Yeah, $7, and that can go straight to the charity.
And all they got to do is sign up, and they get free $7 to donate to Project Diehard for joining this crypto program.
Yeah. I mean, it's not a normal crypto because this is actually a payment device. So it's a whole payment platform, and it's particularly designed for small businesses that are getting really stung by paying huge card payment providers, where
and actually the timing couldn't be better, because I was in a networking earlier on where Joe said that the government has just implemented or is in the process of implementing anybody that uses Stripe or PayPal or any of those platforms like that, if they're charging a transaction fee on top of their normal charge to cover the cost of the payment process, they could be getting fines up to $1,000.
Oh, right. That's interesting.
Yeah. I didn't hear. We were just in a normal breakout room. We weren't on a one-on-one, so I couldn't get the full details. But now I'm curious, because I have a 3%, fee on top of mine to cover the cost of the PayPal and the Stripe.
Yeah, well, in the UK, if you've got a coffee shop, you're paying 30 pence a transaction plus anything up to 8% on top.
Right.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
So, and this probably works out about 2%, and it goes through within 2 seconds because it's on the Polygon network. So, this is designed for all those small businesses that are getting stuffed by the card handlers. So, and then also people are paying for the machines on top as well every month.
Right.
So,
right.
Yeah. And so Avato are actually giving away a notebook, which, no, it's not a notebook, it's a tablet.
Tablet.
Which takes all the payments. So people just swipe their phones across. So, and that's how a lot of payments get done in the UK now. People just swiping their phones.
Yeah.
They cut all their cards and bank stuff's all on their phones. So, unless you're a dinosaur like me and pay cash for most stuff, but his cash does exist. It's amazing. I mean,
it does. It does. And then
there we go. Look, I've got cash.
There are, there are starting to be some businesses, and I don't know how they're getting away with it. Have you noticed any businesses in Kansas, Deb, that are saying we don't accept cash? We only accept cards?
Yeah, I've seen a couple of, I have heard of it. I don't remember now where or who, but I know I've seen some. So yeah.
The big one that I noticed was at the Fargo Dome, which is where I've gone to a concert. No cash. Everything has to be done on card.
Mm-hmm.
So how they're getting away with that, I don't know. But until someone starts complaining to the feds about it.
Well, I mean, I had a problem because when I go networking in Glasgow, I have to stay overnight because of the length of time it takes you to travel there.
Well, that horse and buggy only moves so fast.
Well, I think it's the square wheels that are the problem. But no,
I was going to say the canoe only goes down that canal so fast.
So I turned up. I'd prepaid on my card over the internet for the room. So I go to breakfast and they go, "Oh, it's card only." I'm going, "Oh, actually, for once, I actually do have my card on me." So, but I
Yeah.
never use it. So I've put it in the machine and it didn't work because it had a scratch on it. And I went, "Well, what am I supposed to do? I've had my breakfast, but I can't pay you."
Guess you got to wash dishes.
Well, no, I just
If you're in Kurt's shoes, he can offer him coal as payment, you know.
so I just paid the next time, but it was just it's just a joke because you're left in a situation. There were no signs up.
Kurt, you running into anything like that over in Milwaukee yet?
Wait, so I'm trying to follow. You're talking about running into people are getting stuff without paying for it, or
No,
I'm trying
no.
to follow the issue.
Businesses not accepting cash, cards only.
Oh, that way. Not accepting cash. Yeah, I've heard of very rare cases of that. I don't claim to be the one that's on top of what's moving around Milwaukee, but for me personally, it hasn't come too often. I mean, we know that they like the the card process because then they batch out and they for sure have their money. If people are counterfeiting, there's no recourse. I mean, you got counterfeited and you're just out.
Yeah,
So that's
yeah,
the issue there. And then plus the fear of being robbed. So if people aren't taking cash, then they deter the robbers because they'll come to steal the till, and unless they know how to batch out that merchant's credit card thing, and even if they do know how to do that, how are they going to route it to themselves? So
yeah.
there's a lot of security in not accepting cash. I get your point about not convenient for the consumers, but there's a reality at the point of sale, with what we're talking about.
But there's a lot more fraud in the UK with stolen cards than there is with like fake counterfeit cash.
Mm.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, because there's the things where they say you got to watch out when you go to the pump because the counterfeiters are sitting there putting an
Yeah.
extra reader on where you put your card in. If you're not paying attention, you just empower the counterfeiter to have your whole credit card you just ran there at the pump getting gas.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, if people are al fresco dining, then there's always the worry that someone that's not actually a member of the restaurant will come along with a supposed card reader and basically just nick your details and clone your card. It's that's why I don't use my card, because I don't want to stick it in a cash machine, or I don't want to stick it in any machine because I can't tell whether anything dodgy is going on because it's so sophisticated. So
And they're making them look, yeah, so real and so identical to the actual card reader that unless it's being pointed out, it's and they're making them small, like Kurt was giving the example at the pump, the gas pump. They got a way to just put something over the original card reader.
yeah, exactly. I mean, one of the things that happened in the UK was someone actually made for want of a better word, a mobile card reader, a mobile cash point machine. And there was someone actually inside it. So someone put their card in, it seemed to work, and then it would come back, sorry, this is currently unavailable to dispense cash. But in the meantime, the person inside has like cloned it and then put it to come back out.
Really?
Yeah.
No kidding.
I can find the video for you.
Well,
Kurt, was that you and your, other side hustle?
Hey, let's pick another topic here.
Well, no. If you want a side hustle, you want to go into bars and just and give people proposition bets, because people just have no idea how to work out things logically.
No.
So No, one of my favorite ones is you get a matchbox, you make a little hole in one end and stick your match in with the head of the match at the top. You put a 10 pence piece on it. You stick another match on top of the 10 pence piece so that the two heads touch each other. So it's upright. It's like a isosceles triangle. And then you say to them, without knocking the match over, remove the 10 pence piece. And it's so easy if you know how.
And 10 pence, Deb, would be like a quarter.
Yeah. So
Fine.
so it's and people just have no idea. And I tell you how simple it is. You just get another match and you light the two matches and they fuse together. As the match burns down, the match that's doing this match, as that burns down, it bends up, and then you can just lift take the 10p out, slide it out, and the other match hasn't moved. It's still there.
Did you write that down, Kurt? That's something you could be trying.
Oh, well, I tell you what, the most stupid one is, and so many people get done by this one as well, is you say to someone, the challenge is to drink champagne out of a bottle of champagne without opening the cork and without breaking the bottle. And it's really easy.
You take a drill and you drill through the cork and you put the straw in there.
No, without damaging, without doing anything to the bottle or the cork.
All right, spill it.
Right. What you do is you get the bottle of champagne, you tip it upside down, and you'll see that it's hollowed out. So there's a recess. So you just get some champagne out of another bottle, pour it into the top, and just drink it. So you can drink champagne out of the bottle without opening it. Oh, I've got hundreds of those. I mean, if I was a drinker, I'd be going out to pubs every night and getting absolutely smashed because people have got no idea. And you can just, there's another one. So if you get 3 glasses, and so you get 2 pint glasses or like tall glasses, and you have a glass with a stem, and it's got quite a wide base and quite a wide bowl. So you put that down like on its side and stick the other 2. So there's about that much gap between the 2 tall glasses. And then you get a match and you basically balance the match between the 2. And you say to them, remove the glass in the middle without knocking the match off. Guess how you do that? You set light to the match and the match sticks to the glass. So you can actually just so without the match falling, you can just move them apart and pull the glass out. Oh, there's so many. I mean, there's another one with 10 coins as well, where you make an arrow and you say, make the arrow go in the other direction, just moving 3 coins. No one ever gets it, but it's so easy. You just have to think about it. It's just.
Ow, 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 ow. My name's Kurt. I have to think. It hurts.
But yeah, so if you were a drinker and you wanted to go out and have free drinks all night, it would be so easy. Because people are up for these challenges and they look at something and go, well, that's impossible, because they can't think through it. So what they don't understand is you're not going to take someone up with a bet and bet someone on something you can't possibly do yourself.
Right.
Because that would just be insane, wouldn't it?
Yep.
So
there you go. How exciting.
But there we go. It's just misspent youth. I mean, there's loads of.
Sounds like too much of a nasty habit when you were younger, getting into trouble.
Well, no, there's loads of things you can do on a pool table as well, which are so obvious, and people just don't get it, and they go, "Well, that's impossible," but it's so easy. So if you've got So you got two balls in the middle, and they're so right in the middle of the table next to each other. So they're facing the two center pockets, and
Yeah.
you say to them, pop both those balls with one shot in opposite pockets.
Okay.
The way you do it, you get your cue and you just whack your cue down in between the two balls, and they both go in opposite directions. They're both potted.
See, you didn't clarify with thinking it with the cue ball hitting the balls.
But
You
there's no
didn't
cue.
say
There's
that.
no cue ball on the table.
Right.
Oh, there's low. I mean, I could come up with about 20 or 30 of things with, where you could and you can wind people up because they just cannot work out how to do it. And
Yeah.
once they get fed up, you just go up, bump, first time, and you do it. But things where you're actually got the cue ball hitting another ball and doing something. But it's the way you set the shot up that makes the difference.
Well, of course it is. Have you gone on YouTube and watched some of these shark pool shooting balls? There's some pretty amazing shots that these guys are making.
Yeah.
And you're looking at the logistics going, there's no way that's going to happen. Yeah.
Oh, it's amazing what you could do. I mean, the thing is, on a 12-foot snooker table, you can screw the ball, the white ball, from the top all the way back down to the bottom if you've got enough power. So,
yeah. Kurt wouldn't be able to do it, but most people could.
But there we go. So,
Kurt, what was exciting this weekend?
Well, a little excitement we had is, Sue and I and our daughter and dog, we go out around to have a stroll around the neighborhood, and, we get out. We got a neighbor who burns, he's got a wood burning furnace. So, we're smelling that, which is good. It's like, oh, look at that. They're burning away in the furnace there. So, but we're walking along, and then we go another block down, and then we turn a corner, and we're coming up along some of these houses, which just would be our neighbors because of their neighborhood around the circle. And all of a sudden it's like, whoa, we're catching a whiff, and oh, that smells, oh, wait a minute, that's natural gas. So basically we're all huddling around as a family like, yeah, are we all in agreement here? There's a problem here with apparently a gas leak or something. So we got to call the gas company and report a gas leak, and they ended up telling us they'll send somebody as soon as someone's available. So we finished that call not feeling too reassured. So we called our non-emergent number with the fire department, and so they sent out firefighters and got on it. But we just then, after the calls were in, we made our way around the block and figured we had it in the right hands. And sure enough, the next day when we went on the walk, we noticed that they had plywood down and they had the two orange cones, and so it could be that my family and I, we maybe saved a life or some lives over the weekend, catching that
There you
gas
go.
leak.
Good. But how many people would notice that as they're walking down the street and
That's what
actually
we're
pay
saying.
attention to it?
Yeah, that's what we're saying. See, we have experience with the fire department, so our experience told us, you don't horse around, you call it in. But we're agreeing that most all people, like there might have been some other of our neighbors walk through and didn't make anything of it. We don't know, but we thought about that too. How many people would have smelt that gas and be like, "Oh, that doesn't smell good," and then just kept going. Right?
or they
Well,
get a match out to see whether it is gas or not. Oh, is that gas? Bang.
I was going to say,
Yeah, we'll step aside and let you run that experience.
Well, the problem is with our gas, you can't smell it. Now,
see, over here, they had to, that was the problem for a long time, but then they put in a chemical that it smells like rotten eggs.
mhm.
So now, because natural gas really has no smell to it.
No.
No, and it can be very dangerous without the chemical in there. But boy, once they put that chemical in there, there's no denying on what it smells like.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, we don't have gas up here. We're all electric, so
yeah,
unfortunately.
yeah. Not much choice for heating there then, other
Well,
than the coal that you could steal that I drop off at Kurt's house.
well, ironically, I do have a coal fire, and I do know where the steamboat keeps its coal.
Right?
So they have like 6 tons dropped off at a time. So I can,
Well,
and no one's around where that is. So if I was desperate, I could always go and borrow some
yeah. Like you're
and
gonna
then
bring it back?
make a donation.
Right. Well, you said borrow like you're gonna bring it back.
Well, it's I'm not going to steal it because I know the people that own the boats.
Oh, well, there you go.
So that's what I mean. I'll make a donation.
What was your excitement for this weekend, Deb?
We had thunder hail on Sunday afternoon.
You had thunder hail.
Yes, it was pretty
You better explain to Peter what that means.
well. It just that there was a lot of thunder going on, and even some lightning, I think. And then all of a sudden, we had little tiny bits of hail coming down. So, I mean, my whole deck was white with hail, and it was very. I mean, I don't think I remember too many times that I've heard thunder and hail at the same time, and
Yeah.
then it decided to rain like for hours. So
Oh,
the hail is all gone, and the ground got a nice dose of water, which was necessary. But they were already mentioning that it was a good thing our temperature stayed above freezing because otherwise we'd had a lot of snow on the ground. But it already rained today once, and I think it's supposed to rain at least for a while every day this week. And so I guess we're making up for the snow we didn't get through the winter. So
yeah.
interesting. Interesting week we might be having. So I might not be going any place because I just not really into the whole getting out into the cold rain. So
Yeah, that's no fun.
no.
That's no fun. Us, the Becky's son come up and helped install a new toilet in our house. So that was our excitement. Woohoo! So
Wow,
now we don't have, drips all over the floor. Now I know where you were going with that, Peter, but I wasn't gonna say that. The back of the tank was leaking, and the back of the tank behind the toilet was wet. Jeez, you could see it.
Yeah.
Almost you and Carter both the smoke is billowing out so thick that you were thinking. And then I had some guy that I had a great conversation on Sunday, and he was forcing me to work on my chat ideas and creating new projects, and it was a wonderful conversation, and end up developing some great pictures or images, I guess they're
Yeah.
technically called from chat.
Yeah, you got to call them images now. So,
Yeah.
I
And
wonder
Deb,
who
that
that
would have
was.
been Peter
Oh, that was
that I had that
All
great
right.
conversation with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we pushed the boundaries. We started at, John came up with something good, and then by the time we finished, it was really good.
It was really good. Yeah.
Just kept improving and improving all the time.
Yeah.
So
awesome.
So lots of things going on as we step forward more and more into technology. It's allowing us to expand the horizons. Deb's just starting to work with a little bit of AI now. Kurt, are you doing much AI stuff these days?
I don't do much. I putz around a little bit, very rudimentary stuff on ChatGPT. I have fun with the graphics and stuff like that. But not a lot. It's around me all over the place. I'm in meetings where the people in the Zoom meeting are doing a bunch of stuff. So, and with like the great discovery with the AI Genius Club, it's everywhere I turn, but I personally am not that much of a rehearsed practitioner myself, but I see a ton of it. So,
Yep.
if I'm sponging up anything from what I'm watching, I'm doing pretty good, but not
Well,
putting it to
Peter's
practice
our
manually.
residential expert. In fact, he actually even lectures at the universities in Scotland on AI.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
he gives me a little tidbit. He throws me a nugget every now and then that I'm able to, change some ways of thinking on it. But I mean, it's as we've all seen, it changes so fast every
Mhm.
day that if you are truly not using it every day or at least a couple times a week, boy, it can change on you so quick and so drastic that sometimes you could get lost.
Yeah, Google's taking over. It'll all be Google in 2 years.
You think so? Yeah, that's what you're hearing and that's what you're seeing just
Well,
because of what reason is giving you that impression?
well, you see, the thing is, Google have got all the data. They've got, and the processing power can now handle all that data. And they've got 30, what was it? 30, I think 36 different AI tools that all cost next to nothing to use. So they're just so far ahead of everyone else. It's, and the way that a lot of businesses have set up with AI, they've got huge amounts of venture capital, spent fortunes, and got no way of recouping the money.
Yeah.
And, lots of I don't use GPT anymore. I don't subscribe to them because there's better stuff out there. And you've got so many different tools. So if you want a large language model like GPT, you've got Gemini, which doesn't cost anything. You've got Perplexity. You've got Claude. And they're all good for different things. So GPT is just a very general one, but it's it's got loads of holes in it. And the big problem with large language models is they have non-determinism. So if you put the same question in twice, you get two different answers. And also you get lots of citations that are false. And all it's trying to do is to make you happy and not give you the best answer. So there's loads of issues with that. But I'm more into using it for business, really for business more than anything else. So AI automations for improving business and tools that can just really save you huge amounts of time. So I use some Google Notebook LM because you can do videos with that. You can do all sorts of reports. You can do infographics, slides, and it takes 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Things that used to take me half a day, I can do in 5 minutes and produce some really high quality stuff as well.
Deb, are you using much AI these days?
Yeah, I've been trying to change up posting party post today with AI, getting a different graphic and trying to get it. Obviously, it knows that I'm a female, and it keeps giving me female-y looking scenes or things to look at. And since there's generally some guys that show up at the posting parties, it'd be nice if it was a little more gender neutral, I guess, or at least not looking so girly. Kurt and Derek and some of the guys might procrastinate or just throw a fit, dump their coal on me or something with all the, if it had too many flowers and pink things in it. So trying
Right.
to up the image and some other things. So
There you go. There you go. All right. What's the next topic, Deb?
next topic. Well, Santa, how many days is it till you're out and about doing things?
Oh, I knew you were going to ask me that.
297, I guess. How close
Maybe.
am I?
297. Yep.
Got it. That was a good guess, wasn't it? I
You
guessed.
won. You won. Awesome. So
There you go.
That's good. So we'll have to tell our friend Kathy to start getting herself ready for Christmas now
Yeah.
that I don't even have my tree down yet, so maybe I'll just leave it up for the rest
Well,
of
you
the
can leave
year.
it up. Well, my daughter leaves it up year round and she just changes the decorations on it. So she changed
Yeah.
it right after Christmas for Valentine's Day. And then right after Valentine's Day, now she changed it all for spring and fun things for the spring and then, in May she'll change it for summer. So
Yeah,
she
I could do that.
has, 7 different sets of decorations depending on the time of the year.
Awesome. So
Well, I
would it
know.
be-
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead. I was just gonna say it'd be easier than lugging my tree, my 7 foot or something tree down to the basement. So yeah.
Yep.
Well, Kimmy's tree is a Harry Potter tree, and she leaves it up all the time because she had it up last time I spoke to her, and and she showed it to me in the background.
Who's that?
Kim, is it Kim? Oh, trying to hold on. Is it? My brain's not good.
Well, it is almost midnight, so
Hold on.
Yeah, and he's probably been going since 5 o'clock because he's old and he's got to get up and pee 10 times.
Yeah. Oh, Kim. Yeah, Kim Peak.
Oh, Kim, yeah, little Kim.
Yeah, little Kim. She's got a tree up, Harry Potter tree.
Oh, yeah.
She's into Harry Potter big time. So
Yeah.
it's
awesome.
Kurt, what's the subject?
Well, we're looking forward to a big event that I'm not going to it, but there's going to be a big event in Mesa, Arizona called Pickle Brawl 2. And they're doing this event that's a beneficiary and awareness event, a fundraiser to fight fentanyl use, to help reduction of fentanyl use. And so it's going to be at Dink and Dine in Mesa, Arizona, and they have people flying in from all over the place. And so we're expecting that Dink and Dine this weekend is going to be packed Saturday evening and throughout the day on Sunday. And so learning a lot more about this craze of pickleball that's taking on all over the place. So there you
They
go.
just did
Pickleball is the
another
top.
big bust in Minneapolis. I think it was last week, with some big Somalian kingpin, and there was tunnels under the house going to different residences, and
Yeah.
they found $14 million in cash. They found 7 pounds of cocaine, 7 pounds of fentanyl, and 7 pounds of something else. So they figured it was like $40 million worth of stash in these tunnels that they found.
Wow.
Yeah, unbelievable.
So, Peter, is pickleball a big thing there in your area?
I don't even know what it is.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
So
I've
it's
never
that
heard
big.
of it.
Well, at least you don't know what it is. Maybe the kids do. I have no
My
idea.
understanding is it's table tennis on steroids because the ball is the ball is almost like a soccer ball, is it not? But it's like
Soft tennis ball.
it's like a wiffle ball. You know what a wiffle ball is, Peter?
No.
It was that little ball when you played with kids that was made with plastic that had all the holes in it.
Oh yeah, I know what that is. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
I know what
Well,
that
they
is.
take that and they hit it now with a not quite a tennis racket, but a little bit bigger than a ping pong battle, and they play it like on a tennis court.
Right. So it's like a mini tennis game.
It is, and it's
Oh, I'm sure that's played over here, but I hadn't heard it.
it's becoming huge worldwide because of the simplicity of it's a slower paced tennis game.
Mhm.
Now what are you doing, Kurt? Oh, you're going to show us.
Hey, we got a little video for you. Here, I'm gonna re-grab the screen share because there's a little sound with it, and I didn't share the sound. But here you go. Here's a little narrative on pickleball. Here you go.
Or grab a bite. The East Valley has a brand new entertainment hub. Hey, I'm Nicole Gutierrez with ABC 15 Arizona, and we're at Mesa Riverview getting a first look of Dingadine Pickle Park. We basically took the fastest growing sport in the world, pickleball, and we paired it with chef-driven culinary food. Mesa Riverview has grown throughout the years. I mean, with new developments, eateries, and you guys are an entertainment spot, but also with 2 restaurants and 3 bars. How is this more inclusive for even people that don't play the sport? So, our food concepts are built around the entire day. So we start out with Paddleheads Bar and Grill as just like a grab and go, and then we have homemade scones and croissants and muffins. They're made fresh every morning right on site. We have different types of breakfast sandwiches and paninis. And then around 11 o'clock, it switches to like hamburgers and tacos and pizzas and all the lunch kind of fun things and grab and go snacks and things. And then at dinner time, we have like salmon plates, we have halibut, steak, all the fun things that you would want for dinner, lots of amazing things. Or somebody that hasn't really played the sport or maybe doesn't understand why it's such a big deal in the country and in Arizona, what would you say to that? I would say, first of all, this is not a club. We have no club pricing. You could get a pass. But we did that on purpose because we don't want people to feel like, oh, I belong to Dink and Dine Pickle Park Club. This is for everyone. It is for the entire community. If you've never stepped foot on a court before, this is where you do it. If you're nervous about it, then get a drink of Paddleheads and watch, or get some food and watch it happen. And then you can book with one of our pros. You could book a beginner lesson. We'll also have different programming where there'll be times where you could come and learn. And then also some of the courts they'll be segmented off for your different levels. In Mesa, Nicole Gutierrez, ABC 15, Arizona.
There, you learn more about the restaurant than you did the pickleball.
Yeah. I
We
feel
could
hungry
definitely
now.
get something to eat, yeah.
The problem is I'd go there and put about 4 pounds on.
You wouldn't step foot on the court. You just check out the different menu items.
Well, exactly. I'd be too full to go and do any exercise.
Yeah. The exercise is your eyeballs watching both sides of the court and swinging the head. There you go.
Oh, dear.
I see. There you go. So,
I'll try and find out what it's called over here.
okay. I'm sure it's
I'm sure people are playing that game, but I've never heard it called that. So
yeah,
It's
they
kind
might
of
have
a
a
new
real
thing here. I mean, the name, not new, like, but at least within the last couple of years, I would think.
mhm.
yeah, for sure. It's growing huge. I know in Minneapolis now there's about, I think there's at least 10 courts, 10 clubs that are set up specifically for it.
Mhm.
And then of course the tournaments and you know, the drinking and the tournaments and the drinking and then yes, you even stumble onto the court and say, okay, I'm going to win. And yeah, but they need to have a beer.
So Olympics in a couple of years' time then.
Yeah, I can see it getting that far. But it, you know, BMXing took how many years before it became an Olympic sport?
Yeah.
You know?
Skateboarding.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
What was the new one they added in the Winter Olympics this year? Uh, no, can't remember. Oh, Paralympics, that's coming up.
Yeah.
So
So why do we have the thing where they doing the brooms and the big
Oh, what, the curling?
oh, curling is
Yeah.
huge. Come on.
Yeah,
well,
they,
I mean,
wait.
what's the point supposed to be? I get the whole it's doing that, but I mean, was there a reason we started it? Because it makes no sense to me. At this
Curling
point.
started in Scotland about 9,000 years ago because they didn't have anything else to do.
With all the ice and snow and the ponds or the lakes
Yeah.
and so.
yeah,
Yeah.
and then it was Scandinavia got involved, and and the whole idea is to brush the ice to make it more slippery. That's why they brush the ice. So it
Okay.
was. I mean, it is something that I nearly played, but it's too energetic. So
I think I tried it in grade 12 phys ed because they were giving us the opportunity to try all the different sports in grade
Mhm.
12 just to help us fulfill. And I think I had about 12 beer before I stepped on the ice, and so I don't remember much of the activity, but I know about it because my daughter, she was really good at it for a while, and yeah, got to go watch, and of course I DJ'd at a lot of golf bonspiels or curling bonspiels. They
Mhm.
call it curling, and then it's a bonspiel. Then of course there's always the dance on the Saturday night, and then they try and curl at 7 o'clock in the morning, going, "I'm seeing double. Hang on, I just see one."
Oh, don't. That was the problem with my athletics club. There were some people that got really drunk on Saturday nights, then would go and run a marathon on a Sunday,
Ugh.
and I couldn't work out how they managed it
Yeah, no kidding.
because I certainly couldn't have done.
No,
But
No, doesn't
definitely
sound
not.
like a good idea. Okay, guys, I'm gonna hop off and get ready for my next meeting. So you guys don't take any lessons from Kurt because he's already up to 2 truckloads of coal. So you gotta keep it under control for these last 15 minutes.
All right. Thanks, Deb. Appreciate it.
yeah, cheers. Have a good week,
Nice to
Deb.
see you. Thanks,
Yeah.
Peter. Have a good week.
But
So what do you know, Mr. Kurt?
Well, you kind of threw that word golf in there. It seemed like unintentionally, but you guys know the story about how golf became an 18-hole sport.
Did
No,
you
I don't
watch
know.
Robin Williams explain it?
Well, that's just Robin Williams is just good at explaining the game of golf. I don't remember him talking about why
Oh,
it's 18.
you gotta watch that video. Oh my God. Have you seen that one, Peter?
No, I haven't. I thought golf was a 19-hole game.
Well, true.
But
But
it
you
is
gotta
nice,
watch.
but it
You
wasn't
got
recognized for that initially.
you
So
gotta
there's a
watch. I
reason
mean,
why
it's
why
about
the 18 holes are there.
I think it's about a 7 or 8 minute video, but Robin Williams explaining to someone how the Scot invented the game of golf, and oh my God, it is hilarious.
Yeah, I've got to
You
watch
remember when Robin Williams, when he was in his prime, that man was a
that.
genius,
Mhm.
and he's truly missed. And it wasn't just his movies; some of his stand-up characters, and just the brain cell that the
Yeah.
gentleman had.
Mhm.
He's definitely missed, that's for sure.
Yeah, very
But
clever.
he gets on and he explains. I think he was on a talk show, and he was explaining how golf was invented.
Oh, right. Okay.
You got to check it out, Peter, because it is that good. Yeah. And I mean, all you have to do is go onto YouTube and go Robin Williams golf, and it
Yeah.
will come up. I'll
I shall,
guarantee you that.
I shall do that. Definitely.
Is that what it is, Kurt? You just put it in the chat?
Yeah, this must be an excerpt of it. The one I found first was a minute 22 seconds. So,
Yeah.
like
Oh
you
no,
said,
it's
there's
longer than
another
that.
5 minutes of it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
don't worry, I'll find it easily. But no, I've got a thing. I used to do a little bit of a short monologue about how to play cricket, which
That one I've never been able to figure out.
well, I'll give you an excerpt for how mad it is, right? So you have two teams. The the t- the the team that wins the toss decides whether they're going to be in or out. So the team that's in goes into bat, and the team that's out is fielding and trying to get the team that's out so that they can go in and the other team can try and get them out.
Kurt, you got that about as clear as mud, right?
But no, it's far more complicated than that. But that was my very short abridged version.
In and out and out and in and out and out and in and
Yeah.
out and out. Got it clear. Yes, got that
What-
straight.
So when the team that's in tries to stay in and the team that's out tries to get the team that's in out.
Right. And when they pitch, it's not a ball. There's another name for it.
They bowl it.
The-
You see, the thing is, people don't realize how much cricket has changed over the years because everyone knows that you have 6 balls per over. Well, 6 legal balls per over, but it always used to be 8. And so here we go. One of the questions I like to wind people up with is who is the greatest cricketer of all time?
Fred.
Well, no, I'm talking about all-round cricketer, bowler and batsman.
Fred.
No,
Not a clue.
not even close. Well, no. The point is, right. So the guy is English.
Of course.
He played for both England and Australia. Okay.
Yeah.
But the only people that really know that he's the greatest cricketer ever are the Indians and the Pakistan people that follow cricket. So if you ask them, they will get the answer. If you ask anyone in the UK, they won't know, or Australia. So
right, because they'll say Messi.
Well, they'll say whoever it is. I mean,
Yeah. But Messi's the footballer.
Yeah, but so everyone goes on about WG Grace, but he wasn't that. WG Grace is like people talk about him being the greatest cricketer ever and stuff like that. So, but what this guy did was he did something that no one else has done, right? So only 2 people have ever had 2 hat tricks in an innings. And a hat trick is where you bowl 3 consecutive balls and get 3 consecutive wickets. So, and that doesn't happen very often. So you can imagine to actually do that twice in an innings is very rare. It's only ever happened twice. And only one person has ever hit a 6 over the clubhouse at Lord's. And the same person did it, as took the 2 hat tricks in an innings. And his first name is Albert. And guess what his second name is?
Cricket.
No, same as mine, Trott. Albert Trott.
Oh, yeah. So he was an uncle or some kind of relative?
No, I'm not really related to him. He's on a much different branch of the family, but it's just ironic that, you know, he just happens to have the same name as me. But he's totally forgotten in cricket history, apart from in India and Pakistan. It's mad.
And how long ago did this feat take place?
1900s.
Because I was going to say cricket's been around since the 1600s, hasn't it?
In its current form, probably 200 years, I should think.
Okay.
but it's probably been around longer. It's like football in the UK has been around since it's probably been around 600 years. But it's
Okay.
in a totally different format where you used to have village against village playing football,
Yeah,
and they used to just beat each other up, basically.
of course.
No, but that's what used to happen. So it was sort of, I don't know. It was football. Yeah. So association football has been around since about 1870, I suppose, when the rules were established, the current sort of rules.
And it's amazing how much those teams are worth now.
Oh, crazy prices. But
Yeah,
and the thing is, if you think that some of the top teams that you've got now 25 years ago were nowhere.
yeah,
You know, so I mean, Manchester United went through a huge long run where they were in the second division,
right.
and and then you had teams that became famous, like Wimbledon
Yeah,
and a couple of others that came from nowhere and went up the leagues, were successful, and then went back down again. But now it's all about how much money you can pay for the big players.
well, yeah. Look at Messi's making what,
Well,
230
Yeah.
million pounds a year.
Exactly. So, but the thing is, lots of people came and bought football clubs and put hundreds of millions of pounds in
Yeah.
order to make them winning teams.
Well, yeah,
So, but what that meant was that you couldn't possibly, unless you had someone came in with a huge amount of money, you could never have a top team. And you see, what I'd like to do is I'd like to have a team with the type of players that you had in like the 1960s and 1970s, where they actually tackled hard
yeah,
rather than bally dancing about, and just basically go on the field and just kick the other team off the park. No, proper football rather than the rubbish we have now.
right.
And you know, I mean,
Don't they call that Australian rules football?
No, that's different. That's a totally different game. So, but and I'll tell you
Have
what.
you ever seen that, Kurt? That puts the American football to shame because
That's a
they-
really good game to watch.
they
Australia
do it like the American football, but with no pads on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. Ian Kingwell taught us about Australian football. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
Yeah,
but no,
I know it.
I'd like our football to be a bit like going back to the film Slapshot, the Paul
Yeah.
Newman film,
yeah,
where they basically have they just basically play old time hockey, as in just basically loads of hooking, smashing them on, checking on the boards and all that sort of stuff. Some real brutal stuff, and just
Yeah.
basically fighting whenever they could. And they had, what was it, the Hanson brothers
yeah.
that got arrested and stuff in the film. I mean, that's how I envisage ice hockey being. So when I saw that film, I went, "Oh, that's quite realistic."
Yeah.
But
You remember that movie, don't you, Kurt? Slapstop? Is it slapshot? Slapstick?
Slapshot, yeah.
Slapshot?
And the name seems familiar.
Oh,
I feel like I should know it, but I can't think of too much about it right now.
Oh, it's such a good film. It's just,
Yeah.
I mean, it's just the whole plot, and then they have this, so they basically smash everyone else off the rink, and
Yeah.
win the tournament. Then they have this one match against all the players that have been banned, and it's just a massive big punch up. So, but that's what people go to see, isn't it?
Yeah. Why do you think the UFC is so popular?
Well, there we go. When yeah, I mean, when Cage Rage came out in the UK in about 2000, I mean, that had a massive following.
Yeah.
It was, I mean, I was involved with the business that was running that.
Now, what are you putting on there, Mr. Kurt? Oh, slap shot. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, so it's I like watching ice hockey. To be honest, it's
Did you watch that gold winning game between Canada and USA a couple weeks ago at the Olympics?
well, no, I listened to the Canadian commentary, and the
Oh, okay.
Canadian commentator was roasting the Canadian team. I mean, they had a 5-3.
Yeah.
What's his name? Power play,
Power play. Yeah.
and hardly even got a shot on.
Yeah.
It was a joke. No,
Yeah.
seriously, it was a joke. I mean, the Canadians should just give up because they how they did not win with the advantages they had
Yep.
was crazy.
Yeah.
And I think the Americans had about double the number of shots or something.
I'm not sure on that. No, I think the Canadians outshot the Americans.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, they had how can you have a power play 5-on-3, which was probably the 5-3 was probably 1:45.
Yeah, it wasn't long after the first penalty. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I mean that gives kudo to Hollenbach, the goaltender, because he played phenomenal.
well, it was he was like a brick wall, wasn't he?
Oh yeah, and then
mean,
some.
Yeah, I just kept hearing, how's he saved that? How's he saved that? It's
Yeah.
just, but I mean, the Canadians must have been big favourites going in.
Oh, they were.
Yeah, so
They were. Yeah.
but that just shows how unpredictable sport can be.
Yep. Oh, absolutely.
And I know that from my horse racing.
Kurt, if you didn't remember, Peter used to own a couple of racehorses.
Yeah, more than a couple.
Well, I was being nice.
But
he
no,
he used to race cars too.
Yeah, I used to motor race as well. So, but
Well, it
yeah, I
sounds
mean,
like a movie needs to be made after this guy here.
Yeah.
No, quite a few people have said about me writing a book about the things I've done, but it'll get me into so much trouble. Well, no, you see the problem is, in order to tell the full story, I've got to mention people's names to give it that oomph. And I'm sure that lots of people wouldn't want me to mention things. So,
well, what you got to do is you got to make it a piece that is in your estate, and and kind of what you will forward, and you make it a stipulation that you have the list of people you mention, and you say when these people all agree, or their descendants, when everybody agrees that the book can go out, you can be like some of these painters and whatever. Their paintings becomes a big deal long after they're gone.
Yeah. No kidding.
The problem is, it's when people that are pretty famous and are on TV a lot and that really well, and you do a lot of stuff with them. There's lots of stuff that they don't want people to know about. So,
oh yeah,
and it's just because it's, I don't know, they don't want to be seen as like normal humans.
Yeah.
In a way. I mean, I don't know if that's changed now, but there's certain things that people that I went to school with that whose parents were well known, or they've become well known. I'm sure there's loads of stories I've got stories that I wish I could tell because they're hilarious. And but it would be embarrassing for them. So and I was, I've been incredibly lucky to get involved in so many different things and meet so many interesting people, and it's, I've done some bonkers things. I've taken Miss World to a football match purely because the person that was supposed to be taking her couldn't make it that day because because something else came up that they had to do. And they phoned me up and said, "Oh, will you take Miss World to the football match?" I went, "Oh, do I have to?"
Yeah. Yeah.
But you wouldn't have
Yeah,
known. But the thing
tough,
is,
tough chore, but twist my rubber arm, right?
yeah. But the thing is, you wouldn't have known she was Miss World because it's like Arsenal Tottenham at Highbury when they played at Highbury. That's how long ago it was, in the 80s. So she's wearing a big jacket, bobble hat. So no one would have known she was Miss World, And then because you see, what a lot of people didn't realize is that when they got crowned Miss World, because they spent a year doing lots of charity work, they actually used to live with Eric and Julia Morley, who owned Miss World.
Okay.
So, and because I was friends with particularly one of their sons, but with another one a little bit as well, and I actually got on well with Eric Morley. Obviously, I'm around their house, so we went out. John and myself went out one weekend, and we used to take all our clothes with us. But something happened, I think, and our clothes all got messed up on the Saturday, so we needed to go back and iron them. And his place was where he was still living with his parents, and that was a lot nearer than my flat. So we went back, and Hoffy, who was the current Miss World, was doing the ironing. And John went, "Oh, get her to iron your shirt for you." And I'm going, "Oh, I can't do that." He went, "No, it will be all right." So I can honestly say that Miss World's ironed my shirt.
There you go.
So,
All right, gentlemen, it is now after 6 o'clock. We've had a very interesting conversation.
yeah, I'm now going to go and watch Robin Williams talking about.
Are
golf.
ya?
Yeah. Oh, I can't not watch that now. So
There you
There you
go.
go.
I mean,
Enjoy.
to be honest, I could actually sit here and watch Slapshot now that it's been talked about, because I just enjoy some of the scenes in it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. All right, gentlemen, thank you kindly. Have a
Yeah,
great evening.
Have a good week. I'll catch up with you tomorrow, John.
Okay, bud. Talk
Okay.
to you later. Thanks, Kurt.
Cheers. Take
Cheers.
it easy.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, bye. Bye.
Yep, you bet. Thank you.